I don't care what BMW calls the 2 Series Gran Coupe, it is effectively a 1 Series saloon. It's got 4 doors, okay, they're frameless, fine, let's call it a coupe, but it's not exactly a 4 Series Gran Coupe or an 8 Series Gran Coupe, is it? It's fair to say we're not huge fans of the regular car's looks, and given what everybody else is saying on the internet, not many people seem to be. However, this is the range topper. It's the M235i X-Drive Gran Coupe. Bit of a mouthful, but it's actually quite an interesting car. Like the M135i before it, it's got a 4-cylinder, 2-litre turbocharged engine under here. So 306 horsepower, 450 newton meters, quite a bit. Thankfully, unlike most of the 2 Series Gran Coupes, it has got 4-wheel drive. That's what the X-Drive bit is all about. So it divvies up power between the 2 axles, and of course this one comes with an automatic gearbox as standard. The add-ons that make this an M performance vehicle also help the 2 Series cause, of course. You've got bigger wheels, you've got an unusual looking grille, you've got these door mirror caps, this goldy colour that's shared between them actually, which helps. There's a subtle enough body kit here as well, and it's very, very similar to what you find on the M Sport model, but it just seems to work a bit better here. Got a little bit of a drop in suspension, different bumpers, a rear spoiler. It just makes the 2 Series Gran Coupe design a bit more cohesive actually. Around the back, I still have a problem, or rather, I don't like something about it. There's this black strip between the 2 rear lights. I've mentioned it before, I'm sure I've banged on about it in my reviews before, but why? I just don't get why. It doesn't add anything to the design. In fact, it really detracts from it for me. Get a black car, of course, you can't see it, so that's good advice. This spoiler, I'm not 100% sure about it. It probably adds to the overall look, but it just adds even more weight to the back of the design here, which the car doesn't need, to be honest. It's kind of fussy around here anyway. This car does have the double exit exhausts, which gives it a bit of menace, and what looks like a diffuser under here. Not sure how much aerodynamic downforce you're getting from that. So I suppose that's it from the outside. If you want a good looking 2 Series Gran Coupe, you have to pay for the 50 grand odd M235i. The interior gets a suitable upgrade too. The most impressive part of it is these beautiful seats actually. They have little M striping here, nice blue stitching. They're a cloth material, quite close to Alcantara actually, and they're quite figure hugging too. And actually down here there's a switch that changes the width, how much they do hug your figure, which is kind of useful. The driving position is really good, as typical BMW, a lot of height adjustment in the actual seat itself, up and down as usual. And the wheel is a lovely, perfectly round wheel, as BMW likes to do. It is a little bit large in terms of diameter, unfortunately, and the rims are small but thick, but you know, it's a nice material, it works well. They've got the digital instruments in front of us. I'm not a huge fan of the design of them, but they are crystal clear. They do look sexy. They look good in a showroom. The M235i has got this bigger screen than the entry-level models as well, which looks more impressive. You've got M235i badging in the instruments on the door sills. And it's worth mentioning actually that the back seats also get the same detailing as the front, so it looks quite special. Like all modern BMWs, there's lots of driving modes here. So down here next to the gear lever, you can choose Sport, Comfort and Eco Pro. And within Sport itself, you can customize it a little bit. Now there's a lot of customization. This particular car doesn't have adaptive damping, for instance, so you can change the steering, you can change the transmission, and you can change the engine, you know, how responsive it is. And actually that changes how it sounds as well. Let's go out and check that out. So the driving modes don't make a huge difference really. They give a bit more extra response in the throttle, they make the transmission a bit snappier, they do make it sound a little bit sportier. Some of them must be piped in. I don't particularly like how this car sounds. It's a 4-cylinder petrol engine, as I mentioned earlier, but it doesn't sound particularly good. It just sounds fake. I don't know. You know, the equivalent Mercedes, Audi, they sound better. But there's no doubt in the performance, you know, over 300 horsepower, 450 newton meters. It's just amping along actually. The mid-range torque is just lovely. Just surf along on that. You don't need to be chasing the revs. And if you do push it on, it's fast. It is a fast car. So like to drive? Well, you know, it starts out well. The steering's meaty. There's some communication through the wheel. Great firm brake pedal. In fact, the brake's probably the best part about it. The body control is exceptional. and you get the feel that, you know, if you could drive it at 100% anywhere on track, obviously, it would be very good. On a public road, however, it's just a bit clinical. You need to be taking by the scruff of the neck to making it move around, to make it feel like you're involved in any way at all. Which is a bit of a shame, really, because it is a performance car, and it's not about lap times, it's about enjoying it. As ever, BMW has got the interface between its gearbox and the engine down to a T, so that works very, very well. It's quick to respond to the paddles, and it's a snappy change too when you're pushing on a little bit. Now, to get that exceptional body control, it's quite a stiff structure. The car feels stiff, it's firm on the road, it jiggles about a bit, and actually, even though the engine and the wind are quite low in terms of noise at a cruise, the tyres make a lot of noise, and there's a good bit of road noise, so it's not really a car for long distance cruising, to be honest. I'm not saying it's without fun. You know, it is fast, it feels sporty, it's quick responding, you know, there's no slack in the controls, but I think those that are a bit more experienced, you know, maybe an older M3 or something, are not going to get into this and go, oh wow, this is amazing. They're going to get into this and go, oh, it's a bit fast, but it's a bit lifeless. And that's a shame, really. It's a missed opportunity. I guess the Audi S3 Saloon and the Mercedes CLA 35, you know, aren't exactly scalpel sharp either. But I don't know, we expect a bit more from BMW, don't we? Well, is it worth going for the M235i? Depends on your point of view. If you like fast BMWs anyway and you want a compact one, and you're thinking Audi S3 Saloon, Mercedes CLA 35, this is another option. It's not a bad one, it's okay value, but we're not so sure about the engagement factor. It's a truly exciting car to drive. It's impressive, it probably is brilliant on the Nürburgring, but at normal speeds, at road speeds, we'd like it to be a bit more exciting. Still, it's interesting. So we'd love to know what you think of the M235i. Is it the choice of the Gran Coupe range? Does it make the car more palatable? Get involved in the comments below. Like the video for us. Subscribe, of course, to the Complete Car YouTube channel and hit the notification bell.